Good day and welcome back to my channel. So I have a new unboxing for you. And I recently acquired this kit as a gift from my wonderful lady. I know absolutely nothing about it other than it's Russian and it's cool. So I got to looking for something new and different, something I hadn't tried before. I'd seen a whole bunch of, there are tanks and so forth out there. A lot of people have done. This is something different. Hadn't really seen it, and it caught my eye, so we went there. This is the 9A52-2 Smersh. And obviously, y'all can read long-range rocket launcher. I believe it first went into service in '87, according to the information back here. And I will eventually do some research on this vehicle and just to learn more about it, because that's cool. But the vehicle itself just had this cool look. So it was a gift to me from my wonderful lady for my birthday, so I'm going to do it. It's a main kit. I see the copyright on this is 2015, so I'm expecting this to be fairly new. But yeah, I am curious to see what's in here. So if this has crossed the new y'all's radar, this is what's inside the box. This is the first time I've taken a look in it, so let's take a look and see what's in here. We'll pop that open, and we are greeted with a ton of plastic. So it has, I don't think I've built a main kit before, so this is new to me. We have parts all separated out, bags and bags. All of the parts are in separate bags, which is really cool. And then I have the instruction book down at the bottom. So we're going to start with the instruction book, then we'll pull out the bags, and we'll go from there. So this, wow, okay, that's looking pretty cool. So I'm going to change the view here, and be okay. So now we're back, and this is the instruction book for that came in this. And first page is all in, we got a whole bunch of Japanese, a bunch of information, looks like Russian, and then we get into what looks like the instructions. So cool deal. We've got 6 different camo schemes, this is actually the one that caught my eye. But there's obviously some interesting camo schemes we can do. I am guessing this is the frame assembly. It's written in both English and Russian. You have, looks like you have English, Russian, and 2 types of Oriental, I guess Chinese and Japanese. I'm not sure if that's, what that is, either. Oh, yeah, I'm not even going to guess, so is what it is. So we have the frame assemblies and the drive mechanisms. Now, I understand that the drive is fully workable, and your support system is fully workable. So we get here to putting that part together, the frame together. Then we move on to the engine, which looks to be pretty well detailed, like lots and lots of parts just for the engine. This would be something that would be normally be one big glob of plastic. Transmission, piping, looks pretty impressive. Running gear assembly, more stuff going on for the frame. I mean, you see how this looks like it's pretty darn detailed. I'm not going to read through all this. You guys can kind of see what we're looking at, what we're dealing with here. Chassis parts going on. The engine goes in. This looks like the underside for the pan. Bumper. Hood. Bumper and chassis, I guess. Mechanism for rotating the launch tubes. So it looks like you put the whole bottom part of the vehicle together, and you put your back part on, which was the launcher's part. You also get the stabilizing legs, power boxes, and they're all, you can see they all go together multi-part. Your wheels look to be rubber, I believe, at least looking at that. Oh, there's also an arrow apparently for the wheels that show you which right direction to put them on. That's kind of cool. your parts for your lights, more for your back. I mean, there's 50 steps, and these are not single step or single part steps. So, okay. And then we get into the launch compartment. So that was there's the driving compartment, which is what we were, I think, looking at here. So right there we go. Putting together the driving compartment. And then you have the launching compartment. And that goes on. And then air filters, other pieces and parts. There's a lot to this. There's a lot to this. Then putting your missiles together. Your launch tube assemblies come in multiple parts. Put them all together. You can do each one of these things like 6 times because there's 6 missile tubes. Wow. Wow. So yeah. And that goes on there. Your sighting assembly goes on. The sighting platform. And then cold weather engine cover. Your tow cable goes on. And the method that it goes on. And then there's this is your sprue map. So quite a few. These are your extra parts. So your string for what looks like string for your tow cable, tubes, mirror film, polycaps for your tires, I presume, transfers, looks like a little bit of photo etch, and then full color drawings for full color pictures for your various camo schemes and what they are. So Victory Day Parade, Russia 2009, International Defense 2008, 336 rocket for Belarus, 79th Guard, Caucasus Military District, Kuwaiti Army, yeah, and your color callouts. And yeah, so yeah, that's the instruction book for this, which tells you this one's pretty intense. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done a Ming kit, so this is all new to me. Take a look at the parts. So I'm going to see if I can not pull them out of the bag, and I think I don't need to. The detail is wow. Right? The detail is incredible. You get these nice, small, well-formed parts. I mean, look at how these are all done. Trying not to get too much shine. I would like to not do, let me see. I'd like to not take these out because I don't want to scratch them because they've got them so nicely packaged. I mean, they even package them nicely so that they're protected. Your sprue gate there, instead of casting anything sideways, they cast it vertical. Okay. The detail is pretty impressive on each of the parts. I'm not seeing flash. Your sprue gates are tiny. That, I believe, is part of the sighting mechanism. Wow. The detail here is exquisite. So some of your non-slip plate. And so you do see some ejector pin marks, right? But they look to all be in places that it doesn't matter, right? So like these here could have had ejector pin marks somewhere and they don't. And then the ones that have them, they don't show through onto the other side. So that is excellent. That is really nice. Some of you guys are probably well versed with Meng, and this is not a surprise to you. But again, like I said, having not seen these before. So there's polycaps, there's your string, which I assume is supposed to be your tow cable. And this has a copyright 2015. So this is a 2015 model. As you can see, we have quite a bit. There's a teeth for the rotating mechanism. I see absolutely no flash. Some nice detail on the tubes here. I believe these are, I believe they're exhaust. With some very nice wrap detail there. Fenders are fairly thin, which is cool. Thinking we could call those probably in scale. Engine covers. These are really, really impressive. Yeah, this video could go on and on for quite a while if I go through. If I take a whole lot of time going through each and every one of these, I'm going to try not to burn too much time. But all of this detail is, I am not seeing any negative with these with the detail here. The E, pretty well marked. Steering wheel, fan. I mean, even those little parts right there. Very, very, I'm assuming those are, I don't even know what they are. They're just tiny. But they're all put on with really small sprue gates. The cleanup for some of these will be interesting. I don't see much. I also don't see much in the way of mold and seam lines, though that'll probably become more evident when I go to put these things together. Sorry about the reflection there. But this is the pieces for the launching system. And these are rubber. So these right here, the ones I'm holding right now, the T-sprue, are rubberized. So these are wires and cabling. This is the cold weather shroud. So this kind of has a feel of like DS track sort of stuff. So I'm curious what kind of paint I need to bite onto this. Might have to do some investigation, but we'll see. I will do a build series of this when I get to it, for those who are interested in my amateur attempts at building kits. It's really nice. And this is, I mean, these ladders, the details we have through here, all of the walkway detail, and even the detail on the bumpers, the rivets and so forth. Tow cable. This is where I believe your string is supposed to go. Now here's a couple things for, so like this is the roof. I believe these are roof pieces. Now I know the doors are made so that you can open them. So there's a couple of spots there, right, for their ejector pins. Now if they're in the roof, I don't know that you're going to see those. But they do exist, right? Yeah, okay. So this is the first box or first bag I've seen where you have more than one. But these look to be duplicates. So these are the H sprues. Wow. Still really impressive. So this is the cabin. This is the interior of the cabin. Yeah, so you don't get ejector pin marks there. So I'm guessing the ones on the roof are ones you won't see, or they figure that it's, because it's the roof, you don't see them. But they did. Well, we got these pieces here. I'm assuming will be hidden behind. Yeah, they'll be hidden behind other components. That's what I'm looking for. Another one here. This is a C sprue. This looks to be like engine parts. Wow. This going to keep me a bit busy for a while. A few more bags here. These here are 4. The A, so these are wheels. And you do have 8 of them. So you do have 8 wheels on the vehicle, so this makes sense. 4 times 2. So here's 3 of the R sprue. But I mean, even so, the detail is these parts here, those there. Gonna really need to be careful. when dealing with these things. See the Q sprue. There are 4 of those, and I assume these are all parts of missiles. That's what that looks like. And again, you're really fine detail, really well cast. The engineering looks to be outstanding. This is the K sprue. This is part of your cabins. Again, your doors. You do not see ejector pin marks on the doors. And so I'm assuming these go together, so that would cover those. This is wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right, and then we have clear parts. And they're again double bagged. So these are very well packed. But even you can see see how well these are. These are very, very well done. They look to be very clear and sharp. And yeah, I'm hesitant to open these again for the same reason of I don't want to scratch them. Especially for them being, because those are the kind of things that, you know, really kind of important. And here's our photo etch frets. It actually comes with a little bit of photo etch. And these photo etch pieces feel very, these I think I can open. So these photo etch feel very, very stiff. I don't know if it's the card or the photo etch in there. So let's, yeah, so this photo etch piece is really, really stiff. I don't know if you can tell from the way I'm deflecting it. They're cool, right? I mean, the pieces look to be very well done. And I expect that they will be a very good addition to the final build. But it's really nice. Okay. Then you have your marking set. And you also have reflective film, so for your mirrors. And so your markings look to be pretty simplistic, pretty straightforward. I don't think there's really much marking to put on those, so it's not really a surprise. And then we have our special bags over here, and these are our bags of our missile tubes. So I can see that I'm going to have some I'm going to have a bit of research to do on this particular subject. But it looks to be a pretty straightforward build. I think this is it. Yeah. So we have, those are more parts. I believe these are your suspension parts, or part of your suspension parts. By the way, the interesting thing about this vehicle is you've got eight tires, or 8 wheels. The front 2 sets turn. So, and that's and apparently they do turn on the model as well. And you do have, they are rubber-ish. Let me go ahead and pull one out. Quick look at them. So there is a seam down the center, but it's a little hard to see, which is nice. And the way it's done, there's a texture to this that I don't normally feel in many wheels, which is also kind of cool. But there we go. So we got 4 of those. That is, I believe, yeah, that is it. So that is with my book. That is the look inside the box of the 1/35 scale 9A52-2 Smersh. It's a very interesting looking kit. I'm looking forward to putting this one together. If this has, popped on your radar, you're curious to see what's in the box, there we go. Again, I've never seen a MIG kit, so this will be interesting to see how it goes together. So I hope this was entertaining, useful, helpful, and until next time, happy modeling.